round 2 of the Subaru Women's National Road Series Battle on the Border, and you couldn't ask for better conditions here, a stark contrast to those encountered at round 1 in Mersey Valley. This is a 4-stage event held around the New South Wales and Queensland border, consisting of a short technical time trial, 2 road races and a criterium. With her win in round 1, Jayco Apollo VIS team rider Lisa Jacobs is currently the series leader, although the flatter course may not suit the climbers such as Jacobs and Miranda Griffiths of the Holden Women's Cycling team.
The good thing is that we've got a very strong team and we've got a number of cards we can play, so I don't think the hills are going to be very long. Ideally, I guess for us, we've got Chloe's a pretty good sprinter, so if it comes down to a bunch kick, we can handle that.
It's a bit hard to say. There's a couple of climbs in there, but looking at them, I don't think they're long enough or hard enough to really sort of have a great selection, but you never know. It just depends how we ride them, I guess.
The first event for the riders was a tough but scenic 7.2 kilometre time trial through the cane fields of Murwillumbah. With riders taking off in alphabetical order, it was 2010 National Road Race champion Ruth Corset who set an impressive early mark of 10 minutes 17 seconds to position herself in the hot seat. Battle on the Border is Corset's first race back from a year out of the sport, and her performance in the time trial was just a sign of what was to come. Some 40 riders later, Suzuki Trek's Rebecca Wyzak sliced 9 seconds off Corset's time, enough to take the stage win, while 17-year-old Emily Roper of QAS Veloci Sports marked herself as a rider to watch for the future, recording 10 minutes 25 seconds to place third.
We went in blind to the course. We didn't have a chance to do any course recon, so that was a little bit, I guess, nerve-wracking. Fortunately, I had a couple of girls in front of me that I caught fairly quickly, so I was able to keep them in sight in terms of cornering, which is not one of my skills, so it would have been great if it was a more of an out-and-back, fewer corners.
With the legs warmed up, riders prepared for the Queen stage, a 44-kilometre circuit around Murwillumbah that they would attack twice. The circuit also included 2 short but sharp climbs, but the question was, would that be enough for the climbers to get away? On the first ascent, Claire Dallett and Amber Jenkins taunted the field, but their advantage didn't get out to much more than 100 metres, and they were reeled back in as the gradients increased. And on the next climb to the KOM point, Lisa Keeling, Stephanie Ives and Zoe Waters attacked the hill as a trio, but they were soon run down by Lisa Barry of the Torque Bicycle Superstore team. She crested the KOM clear of the main group with only Ives in pursuit. Off the descent, Elizabeth Philippou of Specialised and Jodie Willett of Pensar Hawk joined Ives in the chase, reeling in Barry, but soon after, Philippou punctured, reducing the breakaway to just 3. With the escapees caught, that triggered a flurry of counter-attacks, including a daring move on the dirt by series leader Lisa Jacobs. Ruth Corset straight onto her wheel, neutralising Jacobs' attack, and then chasing down Track World Championships bronze medalist Ashley Ann Kudinoff. Corset leaving the Boss Nutrixium rider and the peloton in her wake. She crested the climb alone and continued on with the job, with over 30 kilometres to go. Disorganisation in the main group added to Corset's advantage. Miranda Griffiths and the talented under-19 Taylor Jennings gave chase on the KOM climb, but it was too little, too late. Corset unstoppable and in amazing form.
Ruth Corset, the little pocket rocket from Townsville, takes it for Pensar Hawk Racing.
Almost a minute back, the bunch kick went to Sarah Roy, followed by Chloe McConville, Jessica Mundy and Amber Jenkins.
I was hoping that someone would come with me, but then I was just stuck out there, so I just had to try and give it everything for the team for the rest of it.
Corset is featuring as a guest member of the Pensar Hawk team and plans to only race a few rounds of the Subaru National Road Series.
I retired from international cycling last year, and then I've just been training for Cairns Half Ironman, then was asked to come and race this tour, so I thought I'd come and have a bit of fun and help out my teammates who a lot of them have just started cycling, so yeah, it's great to give them a bit of advice.
The team, formerly known as Tenelli Racing, is very committed to contesting the whole series and, importantly, getting results. Team Director David Inglis outlined his goals for the season ahead.
To get a functional NRS women's team up and running and finish top 3 ranked team overall. And after today, I'm reasonably confident that's achievable.
Pensar Hawk boasts a roster of over 60 riders in the men's, women's and masters categories and are sure to be a force to be reckoned with throughout the series. Stage 3, an 85-kilometre trek starting and finishing at the Salt Resort in Kingscliff. It will be the last opportunity for riders to make a significant dent in the general classification.
Polka dot jersey there and leader's jersey of Ruth Corset.
With a generous lead in the general classification, Ruth Corset would only need to defend and it would be up to her rivals to take the initiative. The opening salvo came from Lucy Caldwell of Holden Cycling and Chloe McConville of Jayco Apollo VIS, but Corset was quick to shut down the attack.
Come on, Leaf!
The peloton stayed together over the KOM, Corset crossing first, while Lisa Barry added to her KOM points tally in second. On the start of the second lap, Holden's Stephanie Ives launched another attack and she was soon joined by Narelle Hards of Boss Nutrition and Zoe Waters of Pensar Hawk. The 3 riders worked well together and established a 40-second gap, enough time to enjoy the sights of the very scenic course. Into the final kilometres and all 3 riders battled for position coming into the final turns. Narelle Hards riding strongly and getting the best of it into the roundabout, but confusion in the finishing circuit saw Waters take a wrong turn and Hards unfortunate to collide with a marshal. The unexpected turn of events leaving the final 200 metres to Ives while the peloton closed in fast. She held on to take the win, with Kimberly Wells of Specialized taking the bunch sprint for second and Taylor Jennings in third.
It was really unfortunate that happened. I just hope the girls are okay, and fantastic result for the team. We just had great teamwork from the girls, all supported each other, and we just wanted to represent in all the breaks, which I think we did, and yeah, I think we can be really proud of ourselves.
At the end, I was coming in front and thought I had it all wrapped up and head down and followed the lead car the wrong way. So yeah, I'm absolutely shattered.
With only the criterium to go, Ruth Corset had a virtually unassailable lead of 52 seconds to Rebecca Wyazak, followed by Chloe McConville, Emily Roper and Lisa Jacobs. A tight and technical circuit for riders on stage 4 at Kingscliff. The 30-minute plus 3-lap format, certain to make it tough for those fatigued after 3 stages.
Stay there, Ruth! Stay there, that's it!
Chloe McConville again on the attack, but with the Jayco rider third on GC, Corset had no choice but to chase her down. And Corset kept a sizzling pace on, splintering the peloton, and by the end, only a select group remained in the race. In the final, it was the familiar colours of the race leader's jersey heading the field. 3 riders lunged for the line, but Corset, showing her all-round ability, took a second stage victory and the overall honours in the battle on the border.
It was a great job by the team. I wouldn't have been able to do it without them, so it was great teamwork and they just made it easy for me at the end there.
It was an awesome race. Like, the girls really put on a good show, and Ruth is a machine. She led on the front for the last 2 laps and there was no chance of rolling her. But it was a great circuit, super technical. It was just important to be top 5 wheels the whole time to stay out of trouble.
There was little change to the final general classification, and for Lisa Jacobs it was just enough for her to hold on to the lead of the Subaru Women's National Road Series.
It's good to keep the overall lead. I mean, at the moment we're just taking it race by race. We're in a strong position now with Chloe and me getting her first, so I think we're going to have a good series.
That wraps up the action from 4 great stages of racing with a dominating performance by Ruth Corset. The next round of the Subaru Women's National Road Series is the Santos Northwestern Tour, which will take riders on the roads of Narrabri and Gunnedah. On behalf of the Women and Wheels Project and SBS, I'm Natalie Bates. We'll see you there.